Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wanderer's Haven. I'm Kevin, one of the co-producers on the production team here, and I'm here just as host tonight. I'm not running anything. In fact, I get to play, which I love doing. We're going to be playing another great game that we love to play with some great folks, as you see on the screen here. Tonight, we're going to be playing Sentience, which is a cool game that is written by Al Spader, man, the myth, the legend, wherever he's at on my screen. I don't have my screen up, but he, as you know, he's a writer for Star Trek Adventures. He runs our Star Trek Adventures, like kind of short campaign series that we do, and he's going to be taking us into a foray into his game. Uses a similar system, which he'll get into in just a moment, explaining that if you're not familiar with Sentience and how the 2D20 system works. It's a really cool game. We've played it once on the channel before. You can see that on our YouTube archive. And this is going to be, I think, one of a couple of different one-shots that we're going to explore with Sentience, showing you how the game works and how characters are. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's take a minute real quick before we really dive into it and say that we're glad you're here. You know, we're always pumped to hang out and play and to have really cool folks watch. So, during the time tonight, if you want to throw some information in chat, let's talk, let's hang out, let's be buddies, as they say. Tonight, we are going to be playing Sentience, as I mentioned, and which means that we cool three players, with Al running us through the story, are going to be telling a tale about some AI and robot adventures type stuff and kind of explore a little bit about how the emotions of that is, how it intertwines with the other big world. We'll let Al get into the setting in just a minute, but let's have everybody introduce themselves and let you know who you're going to be hanging out with for the next couple of hours. I'm Kevin, as I mentioned. I am found online at KevRan Games, and tonight I am playing the role of Doran Dahl, who is a robot, who is apparently looks like a assembler machine type droid with some cleaning protocols, with a penchant for juggling, it would seem. So we'll get into that in a minute. So, yes,
I
let's head
feel
on over.
I feel like
Oh yeah,
Doran Dahl looks. I feel like Doran Dahl looks like the oh crap, what are they called in Star Trek? The floating robots.
Exocomp.
Yeah,
yeah,
the exocomps,
yes,
but they gave him arms.
Yep, an exocomp with arms. Yep.
I love it.
All right, who's
Excellent.
next
Cool.
there?
See how that goes. Yeah, let's bounce on over to Annika because I'm going to do it alphabetical. So Annika, and then Jeremy, and then Al will take it in and lead us into the adventure. So Annika, hi, welcome
Hello.
back.
Yes, good to be
Great,
here.
yeah, great to see you.
Yeah. As the name implies, my name is Annika, and I am on social medias as Anine Wanders. Feel free to pick your poison. I'm on all of them. Tonight I will be playing the cooperative saint who invites robots to question their awakening into sentience through team building, of course. And that's going to be a lot of fun and very interesting, and I'm excited to do so.
Awesome. Well, yeah, this is a pleasure to have you, Annika. You've been on the channel before, and it's great to have you back. So let's rock and roll with that. Let's dive in below me to Jeremy, who I think most of you watching, I think, would probably have at least heard of Jeremy. Jeremy, going to share a table with you, man. We don't get to play together too often, so this
It's
is
true.
fun, so.
It's been a bit. I'm excited.
Yeah.
In fact, this is the first game I played in for a few weeks at least. So
Been a
I'm
hot
excited
minute,
to roll
yeah.
some dice. I'm Jeremy. You can find me in places, usually WH Pubs on all the social medias, or head over to whpublications.com to see what should be publishing, what I have published, and what I should be publishing but haven't. How's that? And what else? What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I'm playing Viola, or I said Vi earlier, didn't I? Viola, or Vi for short, who is so happy to be a part of this team building, and I am ready to help you spread that love. Really manifest it.
Amazing. I love that. I love that for us, and I love that for you. So very cool. And finally, we have Al Spader, who is the creator of the game and the writer, and he is going to be taking us through the journey tonight as our game master. So Al, introduce yourself, and then let's dive in. Let's get these fine folks entertained, shall we?
How's it going? I'm Al Spader, GM_Admiral on all the socials. And this is a game that I put together with the help of Allison Side, called Sentience, and it uses the Modifius World Builder system, where we use their SRD to throw together a pretty sweet game, I think. So We are going to be playing robots who were dropped on a planet over 100 years ago that were designed to terraform this planet for humanity to return. And so that process has taken quite a bit of time. We're at the point now where the planet has technically a breathable atmosphere where humanity could live. However, if all of humanity was to show up right now, it would quickly unbalance the atmosphere, and it would be carbon dioxide in next to no time. So we're not quite done with the process of terraforming, but we're getting pretty close. And these fine robots experience something known as the awakening, where just one day they randomly had a sense of self and started experiencing emotions. And in the early years, that was really, really hard for a lot of robots to deal with. There were robots lashing out at each other, and it was a very disturbing time on the planet. Now that we're about 5 years removed from that, robots have started realizing that they can build a society, and this is kind of like the birth of that society that we are putting together. A couple things to know about the robots. Everyone is connected via a large supercomputer known as the hub. So robots can literally communicate with each other without actually speaking. They can text message each other directly to their heads-up displays, things like that. Nobody knows what caused the awakening. And not every robot awakened. Many are still non-sentient. And no matter how many times the robots have tried creating new robots, those are all non-sentient as well. They have not been able to recreate this thing. So it's a very a big question as to what happened and why is it that we're all of a sudden have a sense of self. So we're going to dive right in. This episode is called. This episode is in the core rulebook. It is the mission that's there. So if you buy the core rulebook, this will be like a learn to play for you. It's called Companions, and it starts off with a really fun team building exercise that Saint has thrown together. In fact, it's been a long week. All with the robots doing their day-to-day work, and to kill some time on the weekends, of course, Saint has decided, well, let's do some team building together. And that team building has put you at the base of a mountain to the north of the city known as Mountain 223. It is one of the mountains in the rim. So basically, the city was built inside this giant crater around where all the terraforming mechanisms have been assembled. So a new fad of sorts has been to start mountain climbing to see what you can see. Mountain 223 has a really great view over the city. So it's become a destination of sorts for many robots. And so the three of you have assembled at the base of the mountain, where Saint is standing right next to a map that has been printed out and put out at the base of the trailhead. And basically, you look at this map, and there are two paths to take. One of them is an easier, lazier, longer traversal. One of them is a more challenging, more difficult traversal. So, Saint, I'll let you take it from here as you try to figure out what you want your friends to do as part of the fun.
Yeah, and so Saint, a shorter robot who kind of hunches over as the hands kind of periodically turn and kind of do a fiddling motion, wheels about, and the lower half, you notice, it comes into a frame that then has a rolling structure that rotates underneath him. And he turns to the group and says, "Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Choose a challenge, friend."
That was beautiful. I love that, Saint. Can I write that down? I want to write it down somewhere.
Your memory capacitor should capture that information.
This would be for future people that would see this on this wonderful mountain. I love this mountain. It's my favorite place. Except for the other places that we go together.
Yes, Viola, it is important to remember that the creators could return. We must honor their sacrifice in the creation of us.
What I don't understand is why did we have to print out a map if we have digital interfaces? Wouldn't it be more prudent for us to just simply upload our destination protocols?
Dorindal, you know the creators need optical sight visor objects.
This is true, but it just seems like such a bother to be able to do that. But I understand.
I totally forgot that Dorandal is like the Eeyore of the group. Whew, or at least this version of Doran is.
Yes.
While Doran is trying to figure out where his tail went, I'm gonna go over and like I'm the only one with like normal legs, and I kind of stomp over to that sign, and my hands are kind of clenchy hands, but I use one of them to just like scratch the words that you had said into the plaque that the map is on.
So now I feel
Bye.
it's just ruined at this point if it's not properly printed.
Well,
but
we
I
can-
understand.
We can print another one later. But if the arrival happens like right after we leave here, then at least the humans will see this when they arrive.
Okay.
Yes, Vi, your ability for compassion is a strong suit of yours. It is part of why our team dynamic is optical. Or optimal.
That too.
It can also be optical as long as we're all within visual range of one another.
Though with the hub, we no longer require visuals either.
That is true.
In any case,
Viola,
have you companions determined which path we shall take?
yeah,
Well-
Viola, as you are etching the words into that map, you
Uh-huh.
etch a couple of things. The lower mountain path has it's definitely like a way easier of a walk, a climb up, and it does have two things written on the little trail. One's called the Stone Maze, and the other one is marked the Tram. And as you are looking or writing down, you also see the more challenging part, which is a lot steeper, but it would be probably quicker to get to the top. You see something called the Rockfall, and something called the Narrow Ledge.
Saint, I worry that if we go in the more difficult path, that you will have a hard time with your tracks, as opposed to the easier way, which will take us longer, but we will spend more time with one another. However, if we do go the more difficult path, we will have to rely on one another and build our skills of teamwork even more so. I don't know which is the better choice.
It is a cylindrical conundrum indeed.
I am sure that I can handle either path that is put before me. It's within our operation protocols to be able to do something as simple as either path. But I think maybe we should take the path of least resistance, like our human creators before us.
What kind of learning would we do if we always took the path of least resistance? It is the challenge that sometimes makes us learn more, better.
Indeed. I suggest a challenge. And at this, he kind of whirls about in excitement for a moment. The top half spins independently of the bottom half.
Although there is a maze if we go the easier way, and that could be a challenge as well.
This is true, but I meant a challenge between you both. For you, Vi, seem to like the difficult path, and you, Doran, seem to prefer the easy path. I suggest a game of our creators. And again, he
Oh.
whirls this.
That's fantastic. What kind of game would it be? Would it be like a hugging game? Who can give the best hug?
No, even better. And he whirls one more time. The sacred game of rock, paper, scissors. Are your hands able to do these functions?
Oh, I know this game well. I am ready when you are, Doran.
All
Oh,
right. We
Doran
must
is
have
standing
a
on
good...
this. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead. Good.
Well, I was just gonna... We must have a good, clean game.
Oh.
We will begin after I say the word go, not before. And he gives like a very chaperone waggle of his
Yeah.
finger.
So Dorandal, he's standing on two legs that come off the sides of his cylindrical, his sphere-like body, and he actually takes the one up, and as he does, the arm of it, there's an aperture that comes at the front and opens up, and it's like these three prongs, and they spin and turn, and it does like a motion, like he's maybe thinking something, and then he's perfectly balanced on just the one leg, even though he's got the two of them, and it goes back down. It goes, I feel the parameters of this are acceptable. Don't cheat, though. I don't want a repeat of that time we all attempted poker night.
I would never cheat it. Rock, paper, scissors.
It is one of the sacred games of the creators. Are we ready to play?
Arm comes back up.
Yeah,
And
my
then
hand's
the-
like.
Yeah, they're.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
You didn't do it.
And
His hand was morphing.
Right?
yeah, so my hand morphed into now it's like all the little fingers, the little forks are all straight flat out like this.
I did rock.
Ah,
You win, Doran. Good job.
yes. Excellent. Doran, you have resolved our conflict. We are a stronger team now. And spins around one more time.
I knew
pulled
my
up my
way
hand.
would be
High five.
victorious.
Yes, Vi, can I show you a special high five that fosters teamwork?
Of course.
We must all put in our right hand into the center with our palms facing towards the left.
I will absolutely take my hand off and put it in the center.
What we will do is on the count of 3, we will curl our fingers so that they touch in a hugging fashion. We will then release them. The creators used to call this a cinnamon roll.
I love it. I'm gonna put my hand back on because now that I'm visualizing, now that I see this, I need to be able to move my fingers, so I'll put that back on and put my hand up.
Ready? Go!
And then when we finish and Dorandal pulls his hand back out, he takes that arm and he puts it down, and in perfect, complete, I mean, it cannot be any more like a Gregory Hines very well pronounced effect. His legs move around his body, so it looks like his hands are tap dancing. There's a
Nice.
sound on the floor. I find this agreeable.
So with Doran winning, does that mean you're taking the easy route up?
I think so.
Yeah,
Unless Doran's
absolutely.
changed their mind.
No, you brought up a good point about going the harder route, but I feel it's important for us to make sure that we go the path that will get us there in an easier capacity.
That's
My
great.
battery
It's more
pack is not
time.
fully charged.
It's more time we can spend together anyway.
Oh, goody.
You're traveling for about 45 minutes up, this nice winding path off the base of the mountain. And you come to this spot where it's like there's like a piece of the mountain is kind of like chiseled away a little bit, and the path actually goes through it. And it opens up into this area where there's like a lot of granite rocks that have fallen down that like block the path. But as you look, there's like tunnels underneath, and you can climb up over some and things like that. It definitely looks like it will be challenging to navigate through here and get to the other side in the right place. I mean, it's just like a labyrinth of little passages in between rocks. So figuring out a way through is going to be a difficulty 1 analyzing or observing task. Anyone can attempt this task, and you can have as many assistants as you'd like on this task. However, lots of people talking make things a little bit more challenging, so the complication range does go up by 1 for each person that assists.
Interesting. Is Saint like taking the lead effectively because they're leading the team building exercise, or is there a certain, does that not really factor into this?
He would have left it up to the group, kind of
Okay.
prior. Like, would you like me in a friend, or would you like to lead? So yeah, it depends on what you two would have wanted.
Okay. Well, my analyzing protocol is, middling. It's at a 2. My observing is a 3. So those are both relatively okay. I'm not sure if I'm the best person at it, but where are you guys
This-
sitting at with that?
This is your team building exercise, Saint. Perhaps you should lead us through this first section.
Yeah. I could do that. My capacitors are average for this task.
I believe in you.
How's Saint
That's
feeling right now?
Spirit. How am I feeling? Oh yeah, my emotion. So I think because so far the team building activity seems to be going well, I would think he's feeling pride right now. Like, yes, we chose a path. Everyone's excited about it. We did the hug.
Are the rest of you going to assist or no? This is a chance to generate some momentum.
Yeah, I'll assist then. Why
The way
not?
assists work in this game is an assistant gets to roll 1d20, and if they get a success is added to the roll. But that can only happen if the person in the lead scores at least 1 success on their dice.
Gotcha.
And so, because again, this is confusing. It's a labyrinth of just passages. Different people have different ideas, so it does make the complication range go up by 1 for having 1 assist. So if you roll a 19 or a 20, it causes a complication. In this game, if you roll a 1, it causes a critical success, which is 2 successes. And if you have a program that applies to the roll that you're making, that will expand that critical success range up to whatever your protocol number is. So, does Saint have anything that would apply in this situation?
So I do have analyzing and observing protocol of 3.
What about your programs?
Yeah, my programs. Yes. I do have insight as a program.
I think that would work fine. Do you have a team synergistics as well?
I do have that one as well. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if searching through a maze counted as team synergistics.
You're trying to guide people through and navigate.
Yeah, okay,
So
sure.
I would accept that as well.
Yeah, all right.
So you start with 2d20.
Yep.
There's only difficulty 1. So what is your combined pride plus observing you said you were going to use? Or analyze?
Sure. So 8 plus 3 is 11, right?
11. So you want to roll 11 or below on
Yep.
2d20.
Okay. Here we go. So I got an 11.
So 111, and what did the other dice roll?
Was a 20, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Okay. I'll turn that into a couple of threat.
First roll of the game.
Oh, I'm already giving the GM power.
No! You did get one success, so that means that Kevin gets to do his assist.
Yay.
Nice. So I'm going to use my observing as well. I have a 3, and I feel like right now Dorandal is also feeling prideful. He's he's aware of the fact that he got his way, and he got to go the way that he wanted to go, and this is how things should be. So I have a 10, so it'll be a 13 I'm rolling against. I do have a program of fine details. I'm not sure if fine details would help us kind of determine the way to go, or if that's more like fine details of like how things.
Like things are built, like minutia, like that type
Sure.
of stuff. I don't think that really is come into play here.
Not a problem. All right, so rolling against a 13. That is a 6.
So you've gotten 2 successes. It was difficulty 1, so you have generated 1 momentum that will go into the pool that you can bank for later on. And you are all able to navigate your way through this stone maze. There's a couple of tight squeezes along the way, but you are all able to find your way around to the other side of the path.
Yeah, at one point I can't quite see, and that's when Doran is like, over there.
See, I knew you two could do it.
So you have successfully navigated this lower part of the mountain, and as you start making probably about another half an hour or so up the trail, you get to a point where there's this long gulch, and there's a little metal cable that runs from one side to the other side, and there's like a basket hanging on that. And right at the where you're standing, there's like a little crank. It looks like it would reel that basket towards you. Right now, it's on the other side.
Well, being the tallest and the one with like arms and legs, I'm gonna walk up and begin to crank that basket down this way.
All right. So you can easily ratchet that all the way back, and the basket is there. It does look like there's probably only room for 2 of you in the basket. As you look across the way, you do see that there's a crank on the other side.
Being the largest, I feel like you two should go ahead. I will crank this side. If you'd be so kind as to crank the other side once you are on across.
That sounds fine. Sure.
Very good, Vi. Creativity comes from trust. Trust
Thank
your
you.
instincts.
Thank you.
So when these 2 robots get into the basket and like seal it up and whatnot, you notice that the crank is a lot heavier and a lot more difficult to move. So I just need an emotion plus operating task, difficulty 1, to get them over to the other side.
All right, let's do let's do joy and
All right.
and operating, did you say?
Ha.
All right, so I need 12 or lower.
Have any programs that might be helpful
Oh.
here? Make
Is
you good at using stuff, or
there anything around that like could help me to jury rig the like maybe to create some kind of better angle at the crank or something to make it easier? Because other than that,
Probably
collecting
not.
jury rigging movies, organizing partying, and sports. So
yeah, no, I
all
don't
those
think
important things.
right.
If it was
Maybe
it
this
was-
is a sport, like a crank.
Oh,
if it was broken, you
Right.
might be able to fix it.
I mean, I got 2 successes. I got
awesome.
an 8 and a 5.
Generate
Nice.
momentum.
So unless it's worse than that, I'm pretty okay with that.
No, you get them across to the other side, and they send it back to you. And when it gets back to you, you can climb right in. Now I need from you two on the other side another difficulty 1 emotion plus operating task. Who wants to do that?
From the basket, you can
Doran,
hear.
I think you should. We have now each done a task.
Actually, hold on 1 sec. You rolled a 20 earlier, right?
I did roll a 20.
I took 2 threat for that, so I'm gonna spend that
Yep.
2 threat.
Oh no.
Oh no!
And
Why is the basket weaving like this?
yeah, as
Underwater
as
at that.
Vi starts getting out over the little gulch, you do notice a couple of pieces of the wire start to fray a little bit. Bing, bing, bing. And it looks like it's starting to sag just a little bit more. This is actually a difficult 2 emotion plus operating task to get Viola across.
Would
From
we be able to get Viola across better if that wire was repaired?
Probably. Viola would need to somehow figure out a way to do that. It would be tough.
the basket, you can hear.
I believe in you. But if you could crank faster, that would be more beneficial.
Our processors are firing as fast as they can.
Is there anything that I can? Because it's like fraying at the basket, right?
Correct.
I look down at my body. Are there any like spare bits that I can pull off and like clamp around the wire?
There's like grating around the basket itself
Okay.
that isn't part of the frame but would keep things from falling out.
Well, I'm totally happy to try and jury rig this together.
So you want to try to create a wrap around wire so
Yeah.
that it stop. Okay, all right. Let's call that a.
I'm assuming we don't have like tools on our person.
Probably not when you're. I mean, you might have like you know what? You probably have some type of rock climbing implements. Because you're climbing a mountain, you might have some rope or something.
Should have gone the other way then.
I thought this was the easy path.
Right. I'm assuming the
Could you
free
imagine
electron
being a-
laser is like a damaging thing.
Sure. I mean, you could use it to cut out.
Okay.
A piece of the thing if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll use the laser to cut that out, and then, try and bend it together and bolster the strength of it.
The difficulty 1, emotion plus operating task.
I feel like this is probably fear.
Right.
While I do love my friends, I am fearful
have
for
two
my
momentum.
own body. What's that?
You have 2 momentum.
Excellent. Anyone mind if I use one?
Please go right ahead. Yeah.
Excellent. Because I need a 10 or better for this.
Difficulty 1.
So I got 2 successes.
Right.
However, I got a 19.
19 is fine here.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't do the expanded threat range on that one, right? Okay.
They do generate the momentum and you get it wrapped. So now their difficulty is only 1 to get you across. So emotion plus operating on the other side. Bella has weaved a quick fix on the wire.
Nice.
Please crank
Disconnect
faster.
to reconnect by.
Who's gonna make the roll to get Viola across?
I'll try it. Yeah, I think it was appointed to me. So yeah, Dorandal will try to do it. You said that's operating, and I think also I'm a little bit fearful too because they almost fell. So it's gonna make it not a very high roll for me. But that's how things go. So I could roll.
You have 2 momentum in the pool.
Yeah, that'd be a 9. I'd have to roll below. Yikes. I do have a special ability that if I use my operating protocol to complete a task, I can negate a complication because I'm meticulous. So maybe we'll see if that has any effect if I need to. We have 2 momentum still. Can I use one just in case, everybody? Because I have to roll so low.
So you'd be rolling 3d20, looking for a 9 or less.
Okay. Oh, okay. A 3, a 5, and a 19. And I don't know if 19 is a threat on this one or
It's
not.
not bad.
We're okay.
But you do generate your momentum back, and
Cool.
you get Viola completely across.
Ah, we lost Annika.
Oh, I'm here, but apparently I'm not here yet. Give me a
What
second.
happened?
Oh no.
Reassemble, Annika. Reassemble.
Saint is still connected through the hub. We just don't have the visual,
That's
as
it.
we were discussing earlier.
My optics. Ah.
For a moment, you just see Saint while the crank and you two are still happening. He sees a fly and is like, Kind of has his own crisis for a moment.
Maybe we should
So-
have printed him out.
So you get to the top of the mountain like 20 minutes later, and you are looking over the skyline. The sun is starting to set, and it's a beautiful landscape. So how explain how you feel after completing this little segment and watching this beautiful image of the sun setting behind the city.
Well, I'm definitely feeling prideful at the fact that we got up here. I knew we could. I knew it was only a matter of time for us to get up to the top of the mountain. Every mountain is scalable, especially when you have other people that you're working with for a common goal. But at the same time, it's a little bit bittersweet because, we should be here with our creators. They should be able to experience this, to love this, and to see this as well. I mean, this type of site is really going to be more beneficial to human eyes as opposed to robot eyes. Because we're awakened. We've got sentience, but at the same time, we don't have that extra something that really fully benefits from an emotional view like this.
Actually, Doran, we can see much more of the spectrum than humans can.
Oh, well. I still feel bad about that too, because now what you're telling me is that they'll never fully experience what we see here.
Exactly.
I'm not sure how that was supposed to help, but thank you for that.
I know what will cheer you up, Doran. A debriefing activity. Why don't we each share our highlight of the day and our hopey for tomorrow?
I'm definitely feeling thankful that we didn't fall in that basket. It would have been a long way down.
And what are you hopeful
Tell
for?
him we still have to get back down.
We
Well,
could
I
go the
think
other
gravity
direction.
will help. You want to take the harder path back? That doesn't make very much sense. But
Well,
I
is it
understand.
harder going downhill? Hmm?
We are going to have gravity working with us on the way back. That is true. But
You both have excellent logic.
thank
Lauren,
you.
as they're having this discussion, notice something strange as you're like scanning the horizon, and there's this boulder that's off to the side of where you're all like overlooking the city. Looks like you're pretty meticulous. This boulder looks like off just a little bit in color, off just a little bit in smoothness. It's very strange.
That's no star. Oh wait, what was that?
It's about 8 feet tall,
Mhm.
and you'd say like the diameter is probably 6 feet wide at most.
Hmm. Is it in a position where I can move closer to it to investigate it, or it's far on the horizon?
Oh no, you can no. It's a few hundred yards away. Like you like literally just walking across this cliff, you'll get right to it. So you could go up to it. You could yeah. I mean, you want to check it out a little bit more.
Yeah, I'll look to the companions here. I will be right back. I need to look into this.
I am thankful that you two are here with me. Where are you going, Doran?
Or give me an emotion plus observing task, difficulty 0.
Okay. I think I'm not sure it'd be the closest to being just kind of intrigued, interested. So maybe we'll just do this as just a general. Yeah, I think I'm still reeling from the fact that there was a revelation that our human creators are not going to fully realize everything. So I guess I'm probably still sad. So this will be sadness. You said it's sadness observing. That'll be a 13 I'm rolling against. Again, I don't have any programs right now that will help with this. So I'll just roll 2d20, 18 and a 7, which will be 1 success.
All right, so you are pretty sure that as you are getting closer, that is not stone. You're pretty sure it's some type of metal alloy.
There is something strange over here. Sorry to interrupt the kumbaya activity, but if you can all look at this, and I'll again balance on the one leg and point at it.
Did generate one
Your
momentum.
feelings are
Nice.
so bad.
I tamp out my incense.
We have to make sure not to set fires.
Right.
So Dorn, you did generate 1 momentum. Do you want that to go to the pool, or would you like to ask another bit of information?
I think I like to use it immediately to get some information about this alloy. Maybe I can kind of determine what's going on with it specifically.
Yeah, so if you want to spend that, I can give you this. You ready?
Yes.
As you're, taking analysis and checking this this thing out, the metal alloy it's an aluminum alloy with a carbon nanotube skeleton, and this hull configuration is exactly the same this configuration is exactly the same as the hulls of humanity's starships.
Ooh, interesting. Does it seem to be working? Like, is it powered on, or it's like it's been removed from the ship? It's like a separate thing.
Hard to tell where you are.
I see. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll relate this to my.
You do suspect that it is hollow inside.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, so I'll relate this to my true traveling companion robots. It would seem that there is a hull here. Are either one of you skilled in breaking and entering protocols? Maybe get us within.
If you had a football, I could hit you very hard. But otherwise, no.
I see.
Well, if my protocol would accept that this is a team building activity.
There
Maybe,
is
perhaps, if we work together on it, trying to get ourselves inside.
As you're looking around, you do notice like a slight indentation in the rock that could be a door. Right next to it, a slight indentation that could be an access panel of some sort.
Oh, interesting.
I do have a ancient movie on file that details the breaking into and out of a prison known as Alcatraz.
Is that the one about the birds?
No, it's the one about the humans who were going to launch the missile at the city, but the two heroes broke into the prison and stopped them. Nick Cage for
understand.
life.
I understand.
I have not seen it, but I am reviewing it now. And you see, like, his eyes kind of flash.
We shall have to have a movie night and have everyone watch The Rock with us.
Absolutely.
Orange watching The Rock right now.
Nice.
No
Nice.
spoilers.
So you want to try to break into this thing?
Well, I now that I know there's an access panel, it might just be more prudent to try to look at that and see if there's a way to maybe just access it normally rather than breaking in.
Can you?
But
Is
I'm
it
not
like?
opposed to breaking in?
Break into the panel.
Is it? Is
Okay.
it up, or can Doran reach it?
Yes, Doran can reach it.
Okay, because I was gonna say I could lift you, but if you don't need
Oh,
it,
that'd be kind of like basketball, so kind
Right?
of like a sport. Yeah.
Spotters ready. Spotters
And
ready.
it would be a team building exercise. So yes, if you could please, Viola, give me a bit of a boost so I can have both of my appendages free to manipulate this access panel.
Oh, I would be so happy to do so.
Access
Spoons, not
panel
forks.
The access panel opens just by you pressing on it, by the way.
Okay, so
and
I'm
if you
up
have
with.
received. Inside is a computer terminal that you could, in theory, jack into and try to open the door.
Is it broken at all? Is it something that we can repair? I have repair programs.
It's working normally.
Okay, that's fine.
So is that an operating protocol then?
To access the computer is analyzing.
Analyzing.
Oh, okay. Shall we give it a try then?
Difficulty 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only
I
one
feel
person
that
can-
I've already
can-
done my job here, so I got it open. Go ahead, Saint.
If you insist, though, Vi, if you could please. And he kind of,
It's
he
raised
can't
up too.
reach.
I do want to. I am a little concerned for my friends interacting with this. Can I make sure that there isn't like some kind of danger in accessing this?
How would you go about doing that?
Does it appear that there's anything besides this access panel? Like, are there like little indentations where there might be weapons that could come out and? Okay.
Nothing like that.
All right. I feel okay like about this. I'll lift you up.
Thank you for your concern, Vi. Don't want to ruin my programming on our retreat. And he,
So, Saint, you need a difficulty 1 emotion plus analyzing task to try to hack this computer.
Yeah, and I guess what I want to do for that is probably fear. Just because now that Vi kind of was worried about it for a second, he's less confident about doing this. So that'll be a.
You do have 2 momentum in the pool. Do you want to buy a die so that you're rolling 3?
If the party pleases.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I say when we have momentum, use them. That's
Right.
my viewpoint. Yeah, bend them.
Yeah.
Fear
Sounds good.
plus
So
analyzing is what?
it was 13.
All right. So you just need to get 1 success here.
Yeah. And I get to roll 3. Okay. I got 3 successes. 4,
at
9,
that.
11.
Nice.
That generates 2 momentum. So you have found the system that opens the door. Would you like to spend any momentum to learn anything more about the computer systems here?
Companions, we are able to learn more about this vessel. Are you interested in me exploring this task?
No, I think we should
Absolutely.
go in completely
Oh.
blind and unprepared. It would be better for our team. Of course, please find out information.
Oh,
Look into it.
your sarcasm is getting much
Would
better.
you like
You're
to
muted,
ask?
I like-
Jamie.
Only for you, they can hear me. Your sarcasm is getting much better, Doran. I was almost convinced for a moment that that's what you meant.
I've been working on it based upon your instructional protocols, so thank
Excellent.
And this is why I ask. I am so proud of you for evaluating your emotions. Ah,
So
indeed.
the obtain information momentum spend, which we've done a couple of times already, allows you to spend 1 momentum to either gain a bit of information from the GM or for you to ask me a question. I'm fine with either one of those things. So do you have any questions that you want to know about this vessel, or would you like me to give you some information? There are 2 bits of information I can give.
Well, I mean, I guess I have a question, but I don't know if my question is as good as whatever you would offer.
Talk it over
like
with your
the-
partners.
All right, yeah. So the question I would think to ask is, when did this vessel last carry or bear our creators? Because that would give us an idea of how long it's been sitting here.
I love that. Yeah. Or just how long it's been here in general. Something along the effect of that. Yeah, for sure. I don't think there's going to be any. Well, I don't know if it's because we've been
That
here
was
for
one of the.
how
that was
long
one
have we
of-
been here?
You've been here for over 100 years, so probably
Okay.
132 years or whatever.
Yeah. So unless there's
But
like
in the last 5, we awakened and
Yes.
gained sentience. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was actually one of the things that I could give you.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So
nice.
this vessel, looking through the logs, was left here the day that humanity left the planet.
Mm.
Okay, but you specifically used the word left here. So do I get a sense of they left it for us, for them to use later? I don't get that sense. All right, well.
Not sure. It has been running here in this location since the day that humanity left.
Wow.
You mean running, like working? It still functions?
Hmm?
Okay.
Would you like to know what its functions are?
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah.
So
And
inside,
yeah, through the hub, I'm transmitting all of the information we're gaining at the same time. So we're all
nice.
kind of, oh.
this
Amazing.
vessel appears to have a cryogenics system inside.
That's so what I hoped for, Al. That's amazing.
Is there a human inside of it?
I was wondering if I was processing this data correctly.
It's
Well-
unclear at this time what is inside that the vessel.
Do we have any kind of like programming for after the return? Like, like we know the ship's gonna show up and they're gonna be all frozen, and then we have to go and like unthaw them and that kind of thing, or is it just kind of left open?
Yeah, so that is how humanity travels from planet to planet. They use cryostasis. It's not an uncommon technology, and you know that they probably would have started the process of thawing out before they got there, or get here, and then they're gonna land and probably deactivate all the robots and set up their world.
Yeah, so the biggest surprise for this planet is that we're awake separately. We kind of diverged.
Humanity has no idea that you are sentient on this planet. Do that.
Perhaps if we woke the person up inside of this, they could prepare us better for the return of the humans so that they will leave us on.
Yes, and I could show them our team building protocols. and
Exactly.
world.
leave us on, you mean they will probably show up and power us down?
Well, I believe that is the plan, but I don't believe that the awakening was part of their plan.
Oh, that
These are
makes
one of the
me
questions.
have emotions.
Ah, what emotions are you feeling?
Well, I don't particularly find that route to be very beneficial to my long-term enjoyment of my existence here. So
I
there's
agree.
that.
Would you like a hug?
You might need to pick me back up. I can't hug and stand on
Oh,
one leg.
absolutely.
Okay, so when she picks me back, I just kind of the arms they extend a little bit to full, almost like those dryer vent tubes. They kind of extend and get a little bit floppy, and they move around, and then
Right?
they kind of clasp so that they can actually hug, and they constrict a little bit so that it's actually like tight.
Ah, you are such a
Yeah.
good hugger, Doran.
Thank you.
As you two hug, Saint says, "True innovation comes from times of unity." And there's like a proud tone in his voice.
I believe that we should give Doran Dahl the hugging badge that we discussed.
We get robot scouts.
Excellent idea! He whirls around, and from one of his compartments, he procures a 3D printed badge.
Nice.
Just
nice.
two people, or two robots hugging.
Nice. It's got like a magnet on the back of it, so I just got it connects to part of me. So now it's got like the badge is right there by my big interface, that like lens, like aperture I have in the center of me. It's just right next to it.
Nice.
I will cherish this always. And you swear for a moment it would look like there's some sort of fluid around the edge of my aperture, like it's gonna single drop if it's gonna run down, but it doesn't.
So does Saint open the door?
Yes, he does.
So inside the door, there are several computer panels that clearly are showing life signs, and the cryo container is only about 3 feet long by about 1.5 feet wide. And it's got glass on top and it's kind of frosted over.
Dorndal's gonna lean in, and seeing this is like condensation. It's on the outside or it's on the inside.
On
This
the
frost.
inside.
Okay.
Frost on the inside.
I was gonna suggest that I perhaps clean it, but if it's on the inside, we'd need to open it up. So I just kind of look back to the other two. It's pretty small. Do you think it's a child?
I do not recall if the children are first arrivals from the creators. It is not part of my programming.
In fact, this device, this thing at all, is not anywhere in any databases. There's no anything about it as you start looking that up. You do know that there's a process to thaw things out, which you've already gained access to the computer, so you can easily start that process if you wish. You would also know that probably opening the container or trying to get them out from the process too early could really damage the cells.
Cool.
We don't want to turn them into soup. We should do this correctly.
Yes, the creators are ever so fragile.
So, as you are going through that process and setting up the thawing out process, after about 15 minutes, that frost starts to kind of disappear, and as you are looking into this little, containment unit, there's not a child in there, but there is a corgi.
Yes.
What is this
Amazing.
strange fur tube?
I have so many dreams. This is beyond them all.
That looks to be a data dog. Oh, they don't have those here. Forgive me. It looks like it is a canine. Do we have food for it? What do they eat?
That
You can access these files through the hub and the creator's databases, I suppose.
There's plenty of grains on the planet. I mean, you're starting to grow plants and things like that. No meat right now, but I guess you could have a grain-based diet.
yeah, there's protein plants out there.
Yeah.
Nice.
So-
I'm not sure if we can handle a pet, I believe is the term, but I'm excited at the prospect of this. And
As you're saying that,
some more.
the process kind of finishes. The dog comes to you, and the thing
It's
opens.
peeing on me. Oh wait, never mind.
Dog starts climbing up and starts like panting a little bit, it looks a little bit woozy, a little bit tired.
Look, Doran, it's lost its tail too.
Wow. Hello, canine unit.
Hello.
Greetings, K9. And Sate kind of leans over, offering a hand.
Gonna pick it up.
Yeah, if it'll let me.
Oh, it'll let you. And as you do that, it kind of licks your face a couple times.
Oh,
What is its name, Saint?
I do not know. It is cleaning my receptors. Please stop. Please stop.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's any like placard that has its name. I shall.
would bet that it's going to make a big mess, so I'm not sure. Maybe we should just seal it back up.
We cannot seal this up. This is a gift from the creators. And he holds it up kind of like Simba.
Right.
Yeah, we go to the edge of the mountain. Oh.
Something like that.
Is there so the computer that we've used to turn all this off, does it have any other information or?
It looks like perhaps we should give it a designation.
Indeed. I know. Why don't we each pick a name and then we will vote on our favorite?
Or
It is
play
the perfect team building.
rock, paper, scissors again.
That would
Either
work
way.
too. Yes, Doran. Part
I'm
of
trying to think of
teamwork is
movie
being
references to
open
help out here, and
new
there's just
ideas.
nothing.
There can only be one high
Right.
center.
That's right. That's right.
Kind of starts
Well-
whimpering and tries to get down because see the ground.
I think we should name this dog Chili because we thought it out. It is a pun. Get it? Ha ha ha.
I finally come up with a movie reference. I turn around and I scream,
This is Sparta!
and I kick Doran Doll real hard.
Ow.
Why did you kick Doran?
It is part.
It is part of the movie. The 300 soldiers that stood against the invading Persian army. We'll have to watch that one as well. I'm sorry, I
Yes.
thought you would get the reference.
Yes, but do you remember your Shakespeare? If you prick us, we may not bleed, but we feel the thorn. Nevertheless.
I am sorry for kicking you, Doran. It was better than kicking the fur tube.
So as you're
Yes.
discussing names, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spend 6 threat to empty my threat container altogether
Oh
and do
no.
something that's called a reversal. And as you guys are discussing what is happening, or what this dog's name's going to be, you do hear a whimper. And as you turn around to see the dog, you see that there is a net around it, attached to a cord. And that net kind of pulls it away, and you see the cord is attached to a flying drone.
Are these
Oh boy.
are these drones part of our hub? Like, are they connected to us, or are they a separate entity?
So there's only one drone that now has a cord with a net and a corgi in it. It's starting to fly off towards the city. It is on this is on the hub. Yes, I mean it's connected to the hub. Give me an emotion plus observing task. You can each give me one. Difficulty 0.
Okay, I'm gonna go with anger. I'm a
Yeah.
little bit annoyed.
Me too.
So I'm gonna have anger and observing. You said so. I'm rolling against a 12 then.
Same here.
Difficulty 0.
Oh, okay.
One success.
I have 1 as well. I got a 2.
All right. So a couple of things that you see. Let's start with Viola. This type of drone is it's similar to drones that have been I guess sold to people to do repair work on the tops of their buildings. Okay, very similar type deal. And then Doran, you notice that there's like a logo on that thing, on the drone, and that logo is EvoGen.
EvoGen. Is EvoGen a name that we know from any sort of databases that we have?
Yeah, I mean, even just with a quick access, as this thing's starting to fly away, EvoGen is a company that sells personal robots for people's houses, such as vacuum robots, gardening robots, those type of things, like just assist, like robots that assist those who have become wakened in their daily lives.
And none of these are wakened, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, they build these. Yeah, I guess that's what this company does. Saint, it occurs to you once they start talking about EvoGen, at one of the places that you're familiar with in town, or in the city, is this very large old warehouse that's been used for almost like a convention hall that different robots can use to do different things. And you remember seeing a sign that had EvoGen's logo on it, talking about the Home and Garden Fair. And it starts running tomorrow. And EvoGen is the guest of honor.
I love conventions. They are the ultimate team building opportunity.
Perhaps they are helping us to take the dog, Sparta, down to the city?
Well, we wouldn't have to carry it all the way back, that's for sure.
Right. You don't think Sparta is in danger, do you?
I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's not within my protocol to take care of a canine unit.
Doran, how could you say this? That was a gift from our creators. We must get the dog back.
Yes, that is true.
Shall I shoot down the drone?
I thought you were going to ask if you should shoot down the dog, and that is rather serious.
If you shoot down the drone, you are shooting down the dog.
How high up is how high up is the dog?
So it's kind of flown. It's no longer over the mountain. Now it's over the land.
Oh,
Out
yeah.
towards-
Pretty high.
Hmm.
We should follow it back. Do we have a quicker way to get back besides to climb down? Okay.
So this thing that was here, is it a ship or is it just like a cryo unit?
It is just a cryo unit.
Okay. It's like cool shit.
Let's fly the ship
Just fly
into the
back.
dock.
Yeah. Nice. I believe there was some sort of zip line or something back down. I guess I'm asking. Wasn't there you said there was a thing on the way back down? Al, there was not like a zip line, but like a I'm not sure where
You took the tram up. You could probably
Yeah.
turn the tram into a zip line if you needed.
Okay.
It's still the longer of the two ways though.
So if you're okay, I'm okay with just narrating our way down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now it's
Wave of the
evening.
hand.
Only bit of information that you have is Evogen, and you know that they're going to be at this convention tomorrow.
Is it
What else-
possible?
Like, what?
I was just saying, is it possible to track that drone because it's on the hub to like where it's going?
So it is. So yes, it is extremely challenging because it's a corporate or a company that has created this drone. It is more challenging to get to than because most companies don't want other people manipulating their robots. So it is challenging to do. It would be difficulty 3, emotion plus analyzing, trying to find out where this thing is going.
I mean, if we want to take a shot at it, I guess I don't know. I'm afraid for the dog's life right now, so I would have a 13 for that roll.
Try to find out where it's going, or try to shoot it down.
Definitely find out where it's going. I'm not shooting it down.
And you said it was what was the roll? Sorry.
Difficulty 3, emotion plus analyzing.
Analyzing. Yeah, you
I believe you would have a better chance at this, Saint.
Do we mind if I use our momentum?
You have 3 momentum. You could technically buy 2 dice.
Oh, do it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do it. Do it, Annika. Do it.
Go big or go home.
So 4
Save
dice
the
is what you're
dog.
rolling, and your target number is 13.
Yeah, 13 or less.
Okay. You need 3 successes.
I did it! So I have a 6, an 11, a 15, and a 4.
Yes.
Awesome.
Worth
So
Please, no, not the dog. Where are you taking him?
So they are bringing this dog to a factory on the east side of town. And if you do a little bit of analysis into that, this is one of 3 factories that Evogen uses to produce our robots.
Well,
And also through the hub, you learn that.
I'm glad that's not where they like make, hot dogs or chili or something.
Well, hot dogs would require meat, and we don't have that yet.
Right. But this could be the start of a downhill decline.
literal hot dogs out of
right.
a dog.
By the way, I think we should let the chat decide the name of the dog, really. So we
That's
have
fair.
Billy
That's fair.
and Sparta.
I mean, even though I'm pushing Sparta, I am leaning towards chili because chili dog.
Yeah.
We'll workshop it. Chat, you
Yeah.
let us know. By the end of the session, you have to let us know because we're not going to kill the dog. So, we don't do that here.
Right.
So we'll need a name by the end. So, we already got to weigh in. Thank you very much, Miko. Miko says chili every day of the week. And
I think he was just
think
talking
it's
about
great
his diet.
Oh, okay. Well, that might be. That might be.
That's how you get those rich melodious tones in your
Right.
voice.
Right.
Yes. Very nice.
Oh,
We're moving into evening time. Like, it's getting to be like, 9 o'clock at night. Is there anything you would like to do at this time?
Do we need to sleep or like recharge ourselves at all?
No.
Okay.
I feel like-
that drone went to the factory. You also know that EvoGen is setting up at the convention hall. Those are 2 things you know at this time.
We should go to the
Right.
factory and ask why they took our dog.
Yes, I agree. This is our dog. I don't love the idea that we have a dog because it's a lot of cleaning to do. But if it is the ultimate team building exercise to raise a creature together, then it
From my
shall be.
studies of ancient films, it seems much easier to raise a dog than a baby. So we should feel glad that it is a dog instead.
That is a great point.
Indeed, we are creating tomorrow's success today.
Nice.
to the
Yeah, I
factory.
think we want to go to
Yeah.
the factory.
Let's go to the factory. Let's chase it down.
So this is a relatively small factory. Takes you, probably an hour to get there or so. And the factory is, it's well lit. It's always working. It's always in operation. And Doran, you might know a couple of assemblers from this factory. They deal a lot in. They create a lot of gyros and whatnot. That specifically are shipped out. I mean, there's several different people that use them, but this is the primary place that EvoGen uses. What do you want to do when you get there? I mean, there's not really any security or anything like that.
Is there-
Um,
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna ask, because I was able to kind of track that unit. Can I still is the unit still in this building? Is it somewhere else?
You would suspect that unit landed on the roof of the building.
Okay. Well, I know the unit is on the roof as per protocol.
Doran, would you like me to toss you?
Yes. Fastball special. And then Dorandal's actually going to take his arms and as close, tight as he can. And then he kind of does this so that he's completely spherical. And he prepares himself.
Excellent.
So you're gonna toss him up to as far as you can up the building.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a football pass with it.
Probably not quite enough to get all the way to the top. So Doran, you might have to grab on and pull
Sure,
yourself
that's
up.
fine. Yeah.
Um,
So I'll
yeah,
assist.
the drone is there, and there is no longer a net attached to it.
So then through our communication array that we have, because we don't need to yell or anything, I'm going to say, I have located it, but Chili Sparta von Spartacus is not here. We must go
Where
inside.
is he?
They probably
Oh.
took him inside somewhere.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Snake. Go ahead.
fiddlesticks. Oh, fiddlesticks.
Is there I'm assuming there's an entryway on the roof?
Beat
Or
me to
out?
it.
Well, that's where Dorandal will want to go in that way. I'm not sure if the others want to go in through the ground and we meet up, or if we want to just all meet back up first, or how we want to do that. What's the method of it?
We should do this from both sides like a pincer.
Are you
I
gonna try to
have
flag someone down and talk to them? Are you gonna start searching? What do you want to do?
My speakers
good
begin
communication.
playing the Mission Impossible theme as I'm like crouching and moving through the To
And
the
then
door.
Saint says, I prefer the Pink Panther theme.
Doran, like I said, you've got
And I'll start playing the Pink Panther theme.
And I'm just going
uh,
to walk over to the door and just go in the door. Normal, regular, no cool, awesome music for me.
Doran, you have like as an assembler,
Mhm.
you probably know some of the robots here um, that are doing work at this time.
Sure.
You could probably find one of those to chase down and talk to, while the others are researching the facility.
Okay, great. Well, real quick, before we go inside and we do that, let's take a quick break for the audience at home and for ourselves. A little quick bio break. Let's step back for a second. We'll take about 5 minutes. Everybody go, fresh up your drinks, take a bio break, grab a snack if you have to, and make sure you pet your dog. And come on back and meet us here in just a second. So look forward to doing that. And we'll see you shortly, everybody. Thank you.
Awesome.
Hey, we are back. Thank you so much for waiting through the break and coming back to hang out for part 2 of tonight's Sentience playthrough. We are going to dive right back in right where we picked up. If you don't remember or if you're just coming in, we are all playing sentient robots who are on a team building exercise, and we recently found a companion, a corgi, which was snatched away by a drone and taken to a factory here in the town that we're all from. And of course, naturally, we're going to do what everybody would do. We're on a rescue mission. We're going to get our dog back. So we are semi-split. I'm on the roof. The other 2 of my companions are on the ground level. We're about to go into the factory where this dog was taken, and we're going to get our little corgi, Chili von Spartacus, right back. So let's do it, shall we?
So, how are we entering this building? Are we can you describe, are you trying to be stealthy? Are you trying to make a lot of noise? Are you trying to make a scene? How do we want to go about this?
Well, I think Dorandal, I don't think he's too worried about being stealthy, because you mentioned, Al, that he knows people at this factory, and he might even have going-ons with the factory here. He's probably semi-allowed to be here, so he's not going to be all that stealthy. Plus, he's coming in from the roof, so it's going to be a little bit noticeable anyway.
Yeah,
What
and
about you two coming in from this ground floor?
I mean, I'm absolutely doing the sneaking up motions and all that. But then when we get to the door, I'm just gonna open it if Saint doesn't do it first.
Yeah, and Saint, if Vi is still playing the music, is sneaking, but to the music.
So how loud is the music?
I feel like it'd be loud enough to hear from the roof.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, because I mean, if Doran couldn't hear it, then what was the point? So.
Right.
So I just rolled to see if anybody's listening, and I got a 19 and an 18. So nobody even hears you. So let's say that there are no sentient robots here in the building, and they are all non-sentients who are working the line for the overnight shift. And you they all have what they're supposed to be doing, and you have free reign of the place. What is it that you two are looking for on the ground floor as you're coming in?
The dog.
Because the drone was upstairs, right? The drone is on the roof.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I did find
through
that,
The hub
yeah.
we saw.
Okay.
The net was gone.
So the net and or the dog.
None of those things are just randomly lying about the fact.
Damn.
Okay.
This game is too hard.
Second half ever.
What was that, Amika?
Well, just as we're dancing and sneaking around, there's nothing here.
But as you are walking through, you do see the main factory area where there is a factory line of mostly just assembly arms, essentially. And typical 2A factory, there is like an elevated room that's kind of overlooking the whole thing. Like you would think like a foreman would be up there if there was one at this time. And then, Doran, as you're coming down the stairs into this largish room, you see your two friends on the other side of the assembly area.
Okay. I just look around. Now, we can tell. Now, can we tell that there's no other sentient robots here? Is there like, are we connected to the hub that way? We can know.
I mean, if you were to do a simple search, like this is just automated at this time. Like they're just non-sentient robots here working the overnight, which is typical. Like that's not an abnormal thing since robots have gained sentience. The robots take time off in the evening because that's what the human compatriots have done.
Absolutely. You hear that, bosses of America? Even the robots take time off. Okay. Just saying. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, Dorandal will just see them. I'm up here. Don't worry. I'm safe. I got in okay. I handled it. Do you have an eye on the K9 unit?
I say,
We ain't found shit.
Dorandal's a bit taken back.
Processing.
you do know that Vi just spouts out random things sometimes. You're assuming it was probably a quote from a movie. Via the hub, you get something about combing the desert. Anyway. Yeah.
So do you guys want to go check out the foreman's room?
Yes, I do. I do like to do that.
Sorry, that was my nuking.
Yeah. That's why I reacted. I'm like, what is this thing that's coming up?
Right?
Alright.
And then at that, in a rare moment, Saint says, "And a kicker, sir." One of the few movies he's seeing.
So going up in there to that room, there is a couple of computer terminals up there that you could potentially try to hack into.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So Dorandal's just trying to make his way down. He's going to try to just kind of reconvene with them and come up to a. Sorry, hit my mic. Kind of come up to a common area with them. Yeah, because it's just going to go easier that way.
Sure.
Just out of curiosity, these non-sentient robots, do they still have the ability to communicate?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Did you ask the drone why it took the dog?
I didn't think to do that. Kevin, was not realizing that we could still communicate with them, but of course would be able to, at least in binary or something.
Right.
So what I'll do then instead, before I go meet up with them, Dorandal is going to actually, I have a pretty good communicate. I'm going to actually move up to one of these drones that's working in the line or whatever, the one that's nearest where I'm coming in from. Yeah. And I'm just going to look at it, and in that, non-verbal way, I'm going to ask it, did you see a dog come through here? And I explain the dog in full detail, how it's small, it's adorable, but I don't love it yet. Don't have any wrong idea, but it is small, and I continue through the whole description, and it might be being taken someplace, and if they've seen anything like that in here, I can roll if you need me to.
A dog?
Yes, I described it affirmatively. It is a small, furry, hairy creature, and I described it again.
Damage products.
I see. Is this a clean facility? Is this a clean room? Should I have gloves on?
And booties.
And booties, yeah.
Face shield.
It is preferable.
I will move away to do that immediately. And since this guy doesn't know now, I'll make my way over to my companions. But yeah, I didn't think to ask the drone on the roof, Jeremy. Good call. So Dorandal, go back up to the roof. Hey, drone.
Yeah, as you walk towards us through the hub, we're both just like, "You must return. Protocol demands it."
I'm surprised I didn't, with my meticulous nature, remember to do that. Excuse me for a moment, and I'll make my way back up to the roof.
Do you need backup?
If you want to come with me, I will allow it, but you must keep up with me. I know I move a lot faster and more agilely. With
Behind
more
you, you hear
agility than
thump,
you.
thump, thump,
Yeah.
thump, thump, thump.
That will be a good team building exercise. I will check the foreman's office.
So
He
Saint's
wheels
gonna check
away.
the foreman's office. You two are gonna go back up to the drone.
Mhm.
At foreman's office. I need a difficulty 1, emotion plus analyzing cast to hack into the computer.
Okay, motion
Nice.
plus.
There's no
analyze.
momentum in the pool.
Oh, yes. Yeah, both pools are at 0, correct?
Yes, both pools are at 0.
Yeah.
You can get a momentum by giving Al some
Give
threat.
him threat.
That is true.
Yeah, you
It's
could spend
true.
threat instead,
We
yeah.
have to agree that, yeah. Well, I guess like seeing that the two of them wanted to become a team on their own, I didn't have to prompt that. I'm feeling pride again, so I'm thinking that's going to be an 11. I don't know. Is it worth a threat?
If
Probably.
you
I
earn
guess.
momentum on this, you could always spend it to learn more information too.
You know what? My rule of thumb when we're playing a one-shot,
Right, mine
play
as well. So yeah,
play it like you
here we go.
stole it. Get the
Right?
threat on there. Get the danger on there.
Oh,
Let's do it.
okay. Well, good thing it was just a success of 1 because I only got 1 success. The other 2 are
Oh.
fails.
Right.
Okay.
So you did get in there, and you learn that these gyros that are being made on this line are in, like, you're looking through the computer files, and you see that they are specific pieces that go into. First one is a robotic cat. Second one is a robotic rabbit. That's what they are making stuff for on this assembly line.
Neither of which is dog, which is interesting.
So they haven't disassembled our pet. That is good.
We hope.
No disassemble.
Yeah, so I guess other than that, is there anything else I would get or want to get out of this machine?
You could give me another threat to maybe get more information.
Do it.
Yeah, all right, fine.
So this whole assembly process is for one of the creators of EvoGen named Doc Salon. And Doc Salon regularly stops by to oversee what's being done on the assembly line to make sure that everything works as intended.
Okay, and when you say one of the creators, you don't mean a human.
Correct. I mean,
Okay. Right, one of the managers of the facility. Yeah.
One of the higher ups in EvoGen, let's say that, comes down to this facility to check the wares from time to time.
The name like Doc Salon, I trust him. Yeah.
So, is there like money? Are we like trying to emulate humans that poorly that we're doing money?
That's an interesting question. At this point in time, at about the 5-year mark, robots they've been bartering quite a bit. However, they have established the fact that their memories from being alive are quite valuable, and all robots have storage space on the hub. So robots have started exchanging bytes on the hub in exchange for different products.
Okay.
So you can basically give up memory space to other robots in exchange for things.
So there is the chance that they're actually. I'm going to do this in character.
Is there a chance that they might be concerned that Tilly, Sparta, dog, Furtube, is going to dig into their profits?
Perhaps, but with only one companion. Do not they need more to breed?
Perhaps they are going to dispose of Chili Dog so that their line factory created mecha cat rabbits that you have found will be the higher seller.
Perhaps. I still worry they plan to disassemble our companion.
As she says that, you guys make it to the roof.
Mhm.
And the drone is there.
So I'll move over to the drone. I would
Hey.
like to ask you some debriefing questions. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to say it instead?
Say hello to my little friend.
And then I step out of the way.
Dorndal waits for a moment, not realizing it's a reference, waiting
Right.
for a little friend to show up, and then after a moment realizes,
Oh no,
Oh.
that's you. You are my little friend.
very well, I have come to ask you questions. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer quickly and completely. Who is your daddy, and what does he do? Where did that come from? What are you doing to me? Weird. I'm sorry. What I meant to say, drone, is we are looking for the K9 unit that you brought here. What have you done with it?
Was delivered to Doc Salon.
I knew it. With a name like Doc Salon, he must be dangerous. Where is Doc Salon now?
It doesn't respond? Like it doesn't respond.
Answer me, damn it! And I slap it in the face.
Do not have that information at this time. We are no longer communicating.
Well, I tried your way.
Do
It
not
didn't seem to
shoot
work.
the messenger.
It is right. Do you have any information down there about Doc Salon, where he might be?
I will search now.
So you can do just another basic task on the hub, looking up for more information on Doc Salon. Okay.
Okay.
That is again a difficulty 1, motion plus analyzing task.
Yep. And I think hearing a name and wondering more about this corporation is going to have fear in my heart, my mechanisms. So 13 would be the roll then. And I got 2 successes, so we got
Nice.
some momentum.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see if you want to spend it. So Doc Salon, aside from being a higher up in Evo Gen, also had recently in the last 8 months or so, I guess it was exactly 8 months ago, has also opened a wellness center called Genesis. And this is a place where robots can go to, if they feel like they're starting to lose their humanity, they can go to this place to experience more human-like things to try to regain their humanity. It's called Genesis Recovery Center.
Is Chili going to become a therapy dog?
I have heard of these. I would be so proud. The creators would weep if they saw how far we have come.
I would feel better and I would recharge faster if I knew for sure that Chili Dog was safe. We should verify that that is the plan that Doc Salon has, and not to turn him into meat paste or something else.
This has gotten very dark, and I feel like I am seen. Thank you for that.
There are things that I've seen that I cannot unsee.
Do not worry, friends. We will recharge your batteries and reignite our purpose. Chili needs us.
We will find our dog.
So if you guys look on your character sheets, you do have values, and these values are basically who you are as a person, your beliefs, like the things that drive you. Well, in the game of Sentience, you can, if you really need to succeed at something, you can sacrifice a value and let your robot side start to take over a little bit.
Oh.
And if you ever have 0 values, you revert to being an artificial intelligence. So these recovery
Ultimate
centers,
sacrifice.
That
Yeah.
sounds horrible.
these recovery centers are really important, and they do provide a means as to how to get values back. And that's like a whole little subsystem in the game. If you're playing a longer term game, to try to rebuild your humanity through doing stuff at these recovery centers.
Or you have Saint in your party and go on a corporate retreat with me, and a lot of his special
That's it.
abilities are about stuff like that.
That's all you need.
Saint does really well helping people regain their values. Might also be familiar with Genesis Recovery Center. Actually, might have been there or helped there or volunteered.
I think I know where. Yeah, I think I know where Saint needs to go get a job.
Right.
As the first dog therapy handler.
Oh my gosh!
I love
you
this
like
for
to-
you so much, Saint.
Would you like to go to the recovery center now?
Is it in this
Yeah.
building or it's a separate entity?
It's a separate building, yeah.
Yeah, I guess unless there's something else in the databases or in the actual office of the foreman, because I think I'm still just plugged into the door right now.
Is it possible to like track a specific robot that is
Unless they're,
sentient?
I mean, it is possible to do that. Some robots also cover their like that's something that sentient robots have worked really hard to do, is to try to put up firewalls and things like that, so
Privacy, right?
can't track them. Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe we should check to see if we can track where he is. And if not, we could go to the therapy center.
I
Good
agree.
call.
Why don't you two check the foreman's office, and I will continue to chat with this very kind door. You could say it's adorable. Ha 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 ha.
So just scanning the hub, you cannot find Doc Salon's location.
okay.
Right.
Therapy center it
And-
is.
Yeah, the door doesn't have any, he doesn't have a schedule in his door or anything.
No.
You should invite the door to our next retreat.
Oh, in fact, I mean, Doc Salon doesn't come here very often just to check the supplies. Doesn't even have like an office here or anything like that. But if you head to the recovery center, it's probably about a 20-minute walk. This place it's expansive. It's a large building. It also has a huge yard in the back with a topiary garden and things like that. You can also see, like this. It's midnight and this place is still open. So people are using this all the time. As you walk in the door, there's a wide desk with 2 clerical workers that check people in. And as you walk in, they said, "What type of room would you guys like today?" One of them waves to Saint, like in acknowledgement that they've seen them before.
Greetings, companions. My party and I require your assistance. We are seeking perhaps a new method of therapy. Have any new and interesting things come through lately?
What?
Even
don't
as-
understand.
Maybe something even as recent as just a few minutes ago.
I mean, Doc Salon came in and asked to use the acid baths.
Ah, the doc always knows the latest edge of humanity. Is there room for us?
Sure.
That would
And
be wonderful.
they check you in, each one by one, and they point to where you can go around the side of the building where the acid baths, it's like a giant pool filled with acid to sit and meditate and cleanse and all that fun stuff.
Round dogs. Yeah, I'm starting to panic a little bit. All right. Do we think that he has taken our dog to the acid bath? I don't love the thing or anything. I just want to make sure it's not going to come into any harm for you guys, for your sake.
I do not believe that Doc Salon is an idiot, but let's hope that his circuits are working well enough to not put the fleshy thing into an acid bath.
Unless there is a new breed of dog we are unaware of.
Hmm.
Maybe our Chili is a super dog. I have seen those films.
Like Bolt?
Yes, Bolt was a good one.
Yes. I liked that one. It was interesting. But anyway, we are getting off topic. Focus up, people.
Are you guys going to go to the acid bath?
Yeah. I think
I mean,
this is our chat while we're
Yeah.
migrating.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
you're in the
realistically.
chat, get to the acid pool. There is one robot in the pool. It does not match Doc Salon's description that you've all seen. I mean, Doc Salon, he makes himself noticeable. He wears a lab coat and very eccentric type of robot. However, off in the corner of the area, there's a looks like there's a pool house with its door slightly ajar.
Bye. Do you still have the music?
I do.
And I'll start playing Pink Panther again.
Right.
It
The
can
robot
be
that's-
yours if you like.
The robot inside the bath doesn't even respond or react at all. It's just like they're in a trance of sorts.
Yeah, we just we just kind of creep right past
Right.
it.
It's like it turned off all its sensory stuff, and it's just like
Nice. It's in the zone. I love it.
we could all use that every now and then.
Yeah.
So you open up the doors to this pool house, and there are stairs that go down to a basement. It is lit.
It's almost too easy.
Bye. Have you seen any films like this?
I haven't. Not many of them end happily.
And then accessing flashes of those films. Ooh. Let us tread carefully and watch out for one another. This
Speak-
will be the ultimate test of our retreat.
Speaking of tread, are you okay going downstairs, or do you need help?
I guess, so in my mind, the wheels, he actually upgraded to like an outdoor camp style one, so like
Nice.
he can adapt
Oh.
to different terrain.
Excellent.
Otherwise, he's just not a
Sweet.
very good facilitator.
Right.
So going down the stairs, as a hallway, probably about 100 feet long. There are doors on the right and the left. You do not hear any noises coming from either of those doors. They're both slightly ajar as you come to them.
And then the hallway keeps going as well.
The hallway keeps going into like a T. It looks like it'll go left or right. At the end of the hall.
I turn my back to the wall and sidle up to the door on the right, and then turn and kick it open.
So this room, it has a charging station for a robot inside, and All over the walls of this room are like hundreds of photographs. They're taped to the wall.
Again, something printed out, physical copies.
Anyone like to-
What are
we
okay?
are
So,
trying to connect with our humanity here.
like, are these like Polaroids or like?
digital printouts?
Okay. I'm not sure. I
So,
want
like-
to know what are they pictures of?
Give me a difficulty 1 emotion plus analyzing task. How are you feeling right now?
We'll go with Fanger, which is fear and anger, because they're both the same number. So that's an 11 that I need.
Have 1 momentum in the pool.
I'm gonna use it,
Yeah.
Nice.
which is probably good because that's only 1 success.
All right. As you start looking around this room, everything in here are like important events that have happened since the awakening, such as like times of great joy and happiness, and success of robots, and so on and so forth.
So there's a charging station, and then there's the photos everywhere. Are the photos like from different robots' views, like viewpoints? Like, are
No.
these? What does it seem like took the images?
It's like if you you can blink and take a screenshot, right?
Right.
So it's like these are screenshots that a robot has seen. I mean, I guess you don't know if it's the same robot that has taken them, but
Gotcha. There's no like serial code or anything like that, like in the print.
Timestamp or-
Right, timestamp, right.
right.
This is not as creepy.
Sorry, my voice changed. This is not as creepy as I expected it to be, but I'm not sure I understand the point of this room. What's in that room over there?
Real quick. Vi, and Saint rolls in and actually has a program for insight. So when I look at the pictures, can I get a sense of if it's one or many?
I mean, there's just a lot. There's just too much data here to really make that judgment.
Right.
Um,
That quickly. If I had more time.
Doran, the room across the hall is there's a couple of tables in there, and there's a couple of printed out and bound books.
Printed out. Okay. I'll move up to the table. I'll actually with my hands, I'll like grab onto with my one hand, and then I'll actually rest my body so I can both hands open the book and start flipping through it.
As you start flipping through these books, these are all about human evolution, and they're bookmarked points with the effects of domesticating animals in human evolution. There's a story about domesticating a dog. There's a story about domesticating a horse.
Interesting. So over the hub, my companions will hear me mention this. It would seem that Doc Salon is very interested in making sure that people evolve with their pets. It seems that is part of the process. I don't think Chili von Spartacus is in danger, so I think we are okay.
I must know for sure.
Maybe we should just go home, call it a rest.
This is a team building exercise, Doran. We have to do this as a team.
I see.
There is no
More than
I in TEAM.
But there is a Y in the creator's companions, and if the creators deemed this companion worthy of their companionship, then who are we to deny it?
That logic is so sound, I can't find any reasonable argument against it. We shall continue on.
Hallway goes to a T. The T each has doors that look like they might enter the same large room.
Left.
Going left, you open the door. This room is filled with tables. There's just like contraptions and parts and pieces all over the place. You do hear a whirring sound, and off on the far side of the room are lots of large enclosed areas with animals in them.
Like real animals or
Yeah, what animals?
So from where you're looking right now, you can see a cat that has a very large room with a cat tree in it. And that's like, clawing at it. You do see another smaller room that has like wood shavings in it, that has a rabbit hopping around in it. And as you look around, you see like toucan, and you see about 10 different types of animals, including Spartacus, in a large room that has a glass window, and it's licking up water out of a dish currently.
is there a donkey?
No.
Okay. I thought maybe we had found Doran's spirit animal.
Oh, bother.
Oh bother. There goes my tail again.
Just confirming, none of these are robot versions of these animals. They are these animals.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, we have found our dog. There's only one thing really to do with these animals.
Create Noah's Ark? And the Saint seems super excited for a second.
I meant set them all free and take them home and give them to our robot friends, but that could work too.
I am confused as to the nature of these terrariums that have been constructed to hold these animals. They don't seem to be unpleasing. The animals do not seem to be fretting about it.
They do not seem to be harmed, that is true.
This is true, but have you all seen the creator's sacred film, Homeward Bound? There is
Many
more to
times.
life for these companions than these boxes. We must help. The creators would not want this.
As you guys are having this discussion, the whirring on the inside of the lab stops, and you see like a head peek up from over a large piece of metal, and you hear the robot that's back there say, "Yes, the ferret prototype is just about done, and then we'll get to work on the canine, getting plenty of analysis happening at this time." And then he like, "Wait, who are you? What are you doing here?"
We could ask you the same question.
For it is our protocol to clean here.
This is my lab.
And it's filthy. Look at this mess.
All these whirligigs have a purpose. Please do not touch them and get them out of the way they are currently organized. I realize it might not look that way to you, but
What is a whirligig?
And he goes up and he holds something that spins. This is a whirligig right here. It helps maintain the balance of the robots that I create.
I thought those were called whatchamagisms, but I understand there are different inflections. Are you
Hey.
Doc Salon?
Oh, I am. Yes. What is your name?
I am Doran Dahl.
Or Doll, how's it going? Yeah, I guess you must have been looking for a relaxation room and took a wrong turn.
We're looking for that. And I point towards the dog.
Oh, yes. That. Oh, okay. Who are the ones that found it?
Standing behind Dora, and I'm like cracking my knuckles, like trying to look imposing.
What Vi means to say is that we care for this companion, and we would not want to see it harmed, for it is an almighty creation companion of the creators, and we must honor it.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's no intention to harm any of these animals. My goal is to protect them and to protect our people while doing so.
It is open and shut. I think we can go home now.
I don't understand what he means. Just cool your jets, man. What do you mean protect our people?
Oh, there's only one canine. If it is released into our society, then everyone will start fighting over it. It's part of the reason why I'm trying to make these companion robots to try to ease our people into the idea of having pets. Much of humanity was molded once they started taking in pets. They were able to farm much better. They were, I don't want to artificially let us jump to our next stage of evolution without knowing that we're all ready to do so.
This is a laudable endeavor. I do not see any logical processes happening here. I am confused. But you stole our dog.
And this is a question that I have, for when I review the data on these companions, they are not ever supposed to be kept in these kinds of containment units.
Ideally, they would have a much bigger space to live. I'm working on that as well. However, at this time, I'm keeping them in a more contained space where I can gather data so that I can make more accurate representations of the robots, of these animals, so that we can start seeing how robot kind will react to having pets.
But
They're
have
all
you
happy.
not created a quandary? For if you must scale down the environment, you will create data that does not replicate the reality you intend to implant them upon.
Do you have a better idea?
No, that
We
is
could
your
walk
data.
them daily.
Could what?
We could walk them daily.
How would you do that without other robots seeing them?
I
We
believe
could make
you
it
have.
look like a robot.
What's that?
We could make it look like a robot.
I believe you are perhaps not giving robots enough credit, and these animals should belong to all of the robots, but they could belong to them here or in a similar fashion where they come and they are meeting with the animals in a controlled environment, and it is helping them to maintain their humanity and expand upon it. And then they can go home and adopt a mechanical animal.
Yes, our creators used to have centers dedicated for such companion-seeking homes, and there would be creators who would spend their days helping these unhomed creatures. Perhaps this is an opportunity for all of robot kind.
I know that Dorandal would like to volunteer.
As tribute.
Your insights are not flawed. I would need security.
I can offer you security.
I would be worried that people would try to take these things away and get over them. Anyway, so you're talking like the old humanities version of a zoo?
Hmm.
I was not thinking zoo, the other space, where they, do not view, but they shop around and sometimes purchase.
A shelter.
Yes, thank you, Vi. You are more familiar with those films than I.
That doesn't solve the problem of robots trying to fight over the only dog that's on the planet, right?
But if this was a therapy s- mm,
Therapy
Center.
dog.
Center. If this was the therapy center and these were therapy animals, then they would belong here.
So make it one of the rooms here at Genesis.
Yes, just like this room already is. And then they can come and take them out and pet with them and feed them and care for them and learn to be better robots.
And no one argues with your master schedule once an appointment is booked.
And if they try to take one, then you melt them.
You know, order must be restored and be part of our new lives here. And I agree that this is a good plan. Regulate everything.
So,
Taxation for all.
are you offering to be custodians of this pig?
I think it would be a great and altern to look exactly right at Saint. Team building exercise.
And that he was reboot your mind, refresh your goals.
I love it.
And Doc Salon takes the pencil that he was holding and like kind of throws it down, and he's like, "You've got a deal. You've got a deal. I like the way you think, and think that we can get started soon. In fact, tomorrow we are set to introduce the companion lines of robots at the Home and Garden Show. I could also announce a new room at Genesis Recovery Center.
Is this like an animal show, like a dog show? But since there's only one dog, we're gonna have to feature 3 animals.
This seems like a successful team building operation. Cinnabon me.
Great idea,
Vi.
Doc Salon, like,
Yeah, we show Doc Salon real quick before we do it.
it also offers you each, you can have either a robotic cat or a robotic bunny if you would like.
I'm good.
If they decline, can I have one of each?
Yes.
What would
And
be
he,
the? No, go ahead.
If Saint could cry, he's like, as he takes the creator's creations, I, and just overwhelmed with the moment, spins around.
Nice.
What's the equivalent of an insight check?
It would be some type of communicating, like,
Or observing?
an emotion. Plus, I guess you could do observing as well. Either
Okay.
or.
I'm gonna do a love observing for 14. Do we have any momentum?
0. I have 2 threat though.
I'm gonna give you a threat, and I want to try and essentially insight Doran here to make sure Doran doesn't actually want one of these.
Oh. Okay.
So Doran, you're rolling 2 dice.
That's a nat 1
Oh snap!
and another success.
So Doran, roll your 2 dice.
Oh boy. So I'm gonna roll my pride and my what is it, observing? You said was the other one?
Or
Observing
communicating.
or communicate. Yeah.
Oh, communicating. Well, they're the same 3. Okay, so 13. No, 1 success.
Get the sense that that Doran is being truthful in his in their statements.
And
Doran.
just based on how you're describing and talking, is he very like humanoid in his appearance?
Doxalon?
Dorn,
Doxalon, yeah.
Yeah, Doxalon is basically a cyborg. I mean, android. Yeah, like very humanoid. If he had hair, I think of him as like Doc from Back to the Future, like you
yes.
know, like just a wackadoo guy that.
That's awesome.
So he's got
Mhm.
wires coming out of the back of his head.
Yes.
And he would tell you about the first animal that he found too was the toucan. When he was down at an old riverbed, he found a smaller one, and yeah, and so once he found that first one, it became his mission to try to find them all before robot kind did, because he felt that if robots did, it would artificially bump robots up to the next stage of evolution, and he wasn't sure if they're ready for that yet.
And you've got to catch them all.
Right. But he does say, why do you think they're here? Something that I've been trying to weigh. Why do you think they're here?
I think that the creators would have taken them with them if they wanted to. I think they were left here for us to find.
Well, when we refer to the creator's programming of us, we are here to terraform. And is that terraformation not inclusive of development of animals?
So that was what I was thinking. What were these experiments to test and see if the terraforming was truly in place?
Ah,
Could be.
can they
Are-
survive in our climate?
Our creators sent apes, dogs, mice into space before they sent people.
That's true.
And
It
in
doesn't
a hushed
matter.
voice. Oh, yes, sorry.
No, okay. Go ahead.
No, you go. You go. You go.
I was gonna say the human beings, whether they like it or not, prefer order and things to be in their proper place. So they would just be following history, having it repeat itself, and them testing the planet, testing us, testing themselves, maybe.
But do
Testing
you not
us.
know what that means? If they are testing us, they may soon return. They
Why
did not
would-
do these tests until late in the study.
How would they be testing non-sentient robots? That's what they believe is here.
His head spins
Perhaps.
around. He hadn't thought of that.
Perhaps they're testing the atmosphere, which is not as deep and joyful, but does make sense.
Indeed. Well, I appreciate your insight, and I think that we together can get this information out to the people of the world, and perhaps they will come and enjoy, sit with a cat, with a dog.
Chili. The dog's name is Chili. My cat is Sparta. And Doran, you can come and play with Sparta whenever you'd like.
I'm good.
Responsibility free.
Sure. I appreciate that.
Doran, the messiness of these animals in here is for
Yeah.
and also the whirligigs that are just everywhere that clearly aren't organized in any way, shape,
Yeah,
or
that's yeah,
form.
yeah. I've got chills.
Do you need an assistant, Doctor?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, I would hire you all on as security, as curators, and whatever
Can we
assistance you
run
give me.
some team building programming?
Sure, I'm not familiar with such things, but why not?
You have never been to a corporate retreat?
Oh God. I just kind of
His saint just vibrates apart. Ah!
Doc says, I got to get back to my ferret. It's almost done. And then we can send that off and start working on the K9 unit.
Okay.
Excellent.
And that is the end of Companions.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was fun. I love it. Nice little twist. Yeah,
Yeah.
the nice little dog found in a box. You know, how can it get better than that, right?
What's in the box?
Oh no.
Yeah, the what's in the box quote always happen. Yep,
Right?
Oh yeah, that's the box. That's box content you don't want right there, gang.
So
Spoiler.
just because we are at the end of mission, I'd like to just talk through the episode aftermath with you, and then
Yeah.
we can
Sweet.
move on. We use character points in Sentience because all you do is advance your character, and sometimes that means they get better at something while getting worse at other things, etc., etc. So you ask yourself 3 questions at the end of a mission. Typically they're the same, but sometimes if a mission is specific, there might be other things in there as well. So, did I learn something new about myself? So, if you feel like your character learned something new about yourself, you can tell us what it was, and you would earn 1 character point. So, Oren, did you learn anything new about yourself?
I think Dorndal definitely learned that team building is not bad. It's something that has to be done. However, his heart did not grow 3 sizes today with the idea of taking care of a dog. And I mean, he did it. He built the team by helping out his companions, but that's a lot of upkeep. I mean, dogs aren't for everybody, so he knows
Viola,
that now for sure.
Viola, did you learn anything new about yourself today?
So I feel like, for the most part, no. Like Viola, was totally on board with like the team building and wanting to help everyone out and surround herself with her friends. If anything, it was that she had a moment of like there's like some movies playing in her processing that she was completely ready to do violence against another robot if harm had come to this creature they had found. So maybe
I think so. Like,
Yeah.
would she normally not be like instinctually trying to do that? Like, is that normally a last thing that she would ever resort to?
I feel like it. Yeah, I feel like
yeah, I think that's
yeah.
really important actually. Saint, did you learn anything new about yourself?
Yeah. I think for Saint, it was kind of this connection that like the creators are leaving breadcrumbs like these animals, and that's how we're gonna explore our faith and our humanity and our sentience. And so the summary of that is he realized he's an animal person or animal robot.
Right. Robots are people too.
Or can be a person, right?
Yes. Well, yeah, and that's where it's confusing. I'm like, what are the right words to use?
Right.
It's weird saying that your robots are people, but
Yeah. Whenever you were saying, like people doing this, I'm like, wait, what? Oh, wait, us, right?
And so, did I use at least 4 of my emotions in reasonable ways over the course of this episode? So, looking at your emotions, did you run the gamut? Did you?
I did skip pride and sadness,
All right,
but I do have 4.
awesome.
I think I
Learn
only
how to
got
do it.
3. I know I got my pride was there. I think I had anger one time, but I think, or maybe it was fear. So I think that was it. Yeah, I think I just got 3.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
no.
I also only
Yeah.
got
That's
3.
3.
Yeah. So it's tough to do. It's tough to run that whole. Uh, uh, when I first originally did this, you had to use all 6, and I thought that
Ooh.
was brutal.
Yeah, that's rough.
So we said 4 or more is a good way to do it. And then lastly, did I create or lose a connection with another character or social group? I think that we can all say that we made a connection with Doc Salon.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I jumped right to the dog first.
Right.
Oh, the dog. Yep, the dog.
Made a
Yeah.
connection with the dog.
Chile.
Whoops,
Oh
said
yeah.
I could love other things.
And
Love it.
and for the people watching at home, the whole part with the factory, not in the mission.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Nice.
They just rolled really well and were able to learn that information, so I had to kind of make that up on the fly.
Heck yeah.
Typically, you get the information at the convention hall, and as your first meeting with Doc Salon is him revealing the companion robots.
Gotcha. We preempted it.
It worked out well, I think.
Yeah, it was really
Totally.
cool.
Yeah, awesome.
So
Thanks for playing, everyone. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Thank you,
so
Al.
if we got our questions, then we would get a point. Then we would get a
So you get a point for each question that you say yes to.
okay.
Cool.
And then, so like points can be done, like, so for example, you can spend 2 character points to increase a protocol by 1 and reduce another one by 1.
Gotcha.
You can spend 2 character points to do the same thing to an emotion. You can spend 1 character point to get rid of a program and install a new one. That maybe you got into during this, like if you want mountain climbing, you can spend 1 character point to remove a talent and add another. And then you start getting into like the bigger stuff. So like if you want to just add a value, it's 10 character points. Add a talent, that's 10 character points. Like you can keep adding to your character, it just costs a lot more points to do that. So if you want an emotion to go up by 1, you have to spend 10 character points to do it.
Nice.
And then you can add weapons. You can get acquisition points. So there's a lot of things that you can spend these character points on to make your
Nice.
character get better.
So, Jerry, you're the only one that gets to do that, I think.
Well, I think because you got points as well, just not as
Right. Oh, yeah.
many.
It
So we
sounds
can
like- it
minor
sounds like
changes. So
Jeremy
you can
got
do more. Yeah, yeah.
3. You 2 got 2.
Nice.
Sounds like.
So you can swap things around.
Yeah, if you're trying to make, like, if you're trying to make your character better in some way, or if that your character learned or changed in some way over the course of a session, as long as you've got logic behind it, I mean, it works out great.
Nice.
Very cool.
Should we
You
do
can
a?
bank it for another,
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and you can bank it for another time
Nice.
as well.
Nice.
Right,
What a
but
fun
it's
game.
Totally.
Super fun.
Should we do a
Yeah,
round of
that's
outros?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, let's have everybody go around. First off, thank you, Al, for letting us play your game. It was so much fun. And thank you all for hanging out with us. Let's go around. Yeah, let's start here with let's do it in reverse player order. Well, we'll start with Al. Al, tell us all about yourself. Tell us what's going on, and where can people get Sentience when they want to get their copy and play at home?
Awesome. So so right now we have the Sentience revised core rulebook and revised quick start are both up on Drive-Thru RPG, and I'm putting finishing touches on an adventure compendium. So once the adventure compendium goes up, which will hopefully be in like 2 weeks, there will be 6 total missions or adventures that you can run using the quick start, the core rulebook, and then the adventure compendium. So I'm excited about that. Got a couple of other projects that I'm starting to work on. I'm still doing a freelance writing for Star Trek Adventures. I've got another book, another couple of projects coming out from those that have not been announced yet. So my latest was the Captain's Log, which came out. I helped a little bit with that. So if you like solo gaming, the Star Trek Captain's Log is really, really good.
I would totally show it
otherwise
off,
you
but
can
it's
find-
just out of my reach.
Oh, of course, of course.
It's
Nice.
Nice.
got the disco cover. Yeah, and so like I'm on all the socials, GM_Admiral, and yeah, I'll be around. thinking that I need to do some type of video of character creation for Sentience at some point here.
Nice.
So I can show everybody how to go through and do that, because it's a lot of fun. I did it with a live table and they loved it. So
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too, because yeah, we've only just played with these pre-gen characters, which are awesome and fun to play with. But yeah, they do have unique features, like my character can juggle and tap dance. It's like, how does that factor in? Where does that come from? It'd be cool to see how that all gets broken down.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see that for sure. Cool. Well, I'd like to say thank you so much. Appreciate you. This was a great game.
I appreciate you guys having me on.
Of course.
It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Jeremy,
What?
the man behind the channel here. Tell us who you are, what you're up to, and what you are all doing when you're not here. I know you have some stuff that's active and also in the near future.
Supposedly, yeah. So I'm Jeremy, and I'm usually here, or at least lurking around here. You can find me on most social medias at WH Pubs. What do? I do school. I am not too far out from graduating, which is going to be amazing. But actually, this, as of yesterday, was the end of this term, and so I get to play this game tonight, which I was totally stoked about. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next few weeks being on the channel a little bit more and doing some stuff. I'm in one of Miko's Ystera games coming up near the end of the month. I've got some other stuff later in the month and then in October. And then Mondays. Mondays in Hero Forge here for Miniature Mondays. I think that's about it.
Awesome. I love it. Staying busy. That's the way to do, man.
Right?
Awesome. It's cool to play with you again, buddy.
You too.
Annika, thank you so much for hanging out playing Saint tonight. I loved all of the team building, little motivational poster things thrown in there. That was a lot of fun. So, yeah, tell us where all we can find you, what you're doing out there.
Yeah. So my name is Annika, and this evening I played Saint, corporate stooge with a good heart. And I am on social media as Anine Wanders, and I have my hand in a few things right now. I am currently in the wonderful Bleak Season's final arc of his Lord of the Rings on the Guild Superior home base, and that is on Thursdays. You can catch us on there. And then technically starting next week, but unfortunately I won't be there, I will be hopping into the world of La Nata Eterna for the World of Darkness, and I'm super pumped about that. But they're going to do the first session starting next week, and then I'll be in the week after that on Fridays. And then it looks like the only other thing is in October I will be launching a playtest one-shot series for the Obojima, which is a Kickstarter featuring Studio Ghibli and Legend of Zelda. So if you like either or both of those things, you should keep an eye on Wanderer's Haven, because that's where that's going to be.
Excellent. That's amazing. Yeah. Annika, thank you so very much for hanging out. And it was a pleasure as always. Yeah, we'll definitely see you doing more of those things. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. So fun to be a robot.
Yeah, definitely.
For context, I actually do like outdoor work and team building for a living, so that's why I really wanted to be Saint.
Oh, there you go.
That's how you were
Everything
able
I
to
said
just
was
like
an actual
throw the
activity
quotes
that I
out
did.
there.
Yeah, I was like,
Gotcha.
man, she did her homework, but apparently
Right?
you just know that stuff. I love it. That works too.
Mostly the corporate ones, that's actually there. Turns out there's a generator for that you can find. Just make 'em.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Awesome.
Nice.
Very cool. Thank you. Thanks, Annika. And I was Kevin. I was the host tonight. One of the players. I got to play Dorandal, who was our very ho-hum, kind of sad, kind of prideful robot, which is a weird balance to play. I'm not gonna lie. Al made that one fun, but yeah, it was fun. And I can be found on onto the socials at Kevran Games. I, as I mentioned earlier, am part of the production team here. So me, Jeremy, Miko, Beth, we are kind of bringing you all the cool content. We got lots of cool stuff coming up. I run the We Get to Play episodes, and we have some of those coming up soon as well. And as Annika mentioned, when I'm not here, I'm also on La Nata Eterna. I'm the U.S. ambassador for that Grimdark 5th edition campaign setting. And we're starting a new arc next week, which is going to be very cool. And come check it out. It's a world of really, really cool stuff going on. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, thank you all for hanging out tonight. I want to say thank you to Epidemic Sound for some of the cool music we were playing. And, again, thanks to the players for being here. Thank you all for watching and hanging out. Jeremy, are we raiding anybody tonight? Are we doing... Oh, it looks like we're raising Fuzka, who are
We
badass. Fuzka's awesome. So, yeah, please enjoy what they're doing and hang out with them because they do cool stuff. So, everybody, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
We will see you all. Yeah, we'll see you all next time. And, enjoy the journey. So, good night, everybody.